Hi, everyone. Today we are going to talk about our next Bluebonnet book, A Plate of Hope, the inspiring story of Chef Jose Andres and World Central Kitchen, written by Aaron Frankel and illustrated by Paula Escobar. Now, let's talk about the difference between a biography and an autobiography. Our story is a biography, which is a book about a person written by somebody else. Now, an autobiography is a book about the life of a person written by that same person. Okay, so that is the difference between a biography and an autobiography. And some background information about this book is the islands of Jamaica, Cuba, and the Bahamas had Category 5 Hurricane Melissa hit just recently. They will need a lot of help with meals, repairing homes and businesses, and repairing infrastructure. Look for similarities in our story. Okay, just something to think about as we're reading through the story and we're looking at the illustrations. Puerto Rico and Haiti are some islands that have been hit by hurricanes in the past few years. All of these islands are neighbors of the United States. And some more background information is Spain is a country in Europe. Jose, our main character, Jose, was born in Spain and moved to the United States. There are two dishes that are talked about specifically, and there are other dishes that he talks about in here too, but just to name two of them, flan is a Spanish dessert similar to cheesecake, often served with syrup on top. And paella is a Spanish rice dish, often mixed with chicken or pork. And as we are reading our story, I want you to think about something, and I want or this question that I'm about to ask you, and I want you to, as you're listening and watching and looking at the illustrations, I want you to think about this. What does this sentence mean to you? Everyone deserves a hot meal. Okay. Think about it. I'm going to repeat it. What do you think about this sentence and what does it mean to you? Everyone deserves a hot meal. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's read our book, A Plate of Hope. No es solo el arroz. A paella is so much more than just rice. Now, we just learned what paella was, especially if it is Sunday in Spain and you are a boy and your name is Jose Andres, and you are gathering the wood that will make the fire, that will cook the paella just right, that will feed a few or many. All are welcome. It isn't just the rice or the sizzling olive oil or the mounds of chopped fresh vegetables or the sweet smell of saffron as it paints the paella gold. It's the adding, mixing, tasting, waiting. It's the spoon his father holds. Everyone wants to cook, but you have the most important job. Jose's father reminds him. You have to keep the wood burning just right. But Jose wanted to do more. He wanted to create the magic of his mother's flan. Flan, remember we just talked about flan. What flan is? The smooth, creamy pudding with the burnt, crispy bits on top. No era solo un postre. For her, and now for Jose, it wasn't just a dessert. It was a memory of Asturias, Spain, where Jose was born. Jose closed his eyes as the cool spoonful of flan told a story to his senses. When Jose went to cooking school, he thought about the stories that he wanted to tell with food. He thought about Los Mercados and the magic he could create with the seeds of ripe tomatoes and pomegranates. With the almonds and the cheese, he thought about possibilities. Sometimes Jose's imagination took him beyond the kitchen to faraway places, but he longed for the world in his mind to be real. When the chance finally came, Jose took it. See, no era solo un barco. It wasn't just a boat where Jose cooked for a year. It was a famous Spanish Navy ship that traveled the world. Jose fed the sailors, but wished that everyone everywhere had enough food. When Jose returned to Spain, one place stayed in his mind: the United States. It wasn't just a restaurant where Jose first learned to tell stories with food. No era solo un restaurante. It wasn't the most famous restaurant in Spain, a place where the food spoke to Jose. Change me. I'm tired of being what I am. Make me into something different. Don't be afraid. Surprise me. Jose listened and learned. One day, Jose wanted to be made into something new, just like food. He wanted a change. He thought of a place that never left his mind. And so, when an opportunity came, Jose didn't think twice. He cooked his way from New York City to Washington, D.C., telling stories with food that had never been tasted before. Chef Jose Andres was quickly becoming a star, but Jose knew that a recipe is never made with un solo ingredient. Everyone has an important job. As Jose looked at the stars in the night sky, 3 words simmered in his mind. They were important words in his new home. They gave him hope and inspired him to volunteer. We the people, not me, Jose thought. We. Everyone deserved a hot meal, not just the few, but the many. No era solo un viaje. It wasn't just a trip. It was an invitation from a friend to help. There was an earthquake in Haiti. Remember, we talked about similarities? Okay. This is one of them. An earthquake in Haiti. Destruction was everywhere. How could Jose Andres help? How could he not? People were hungry. There was much to be done. Jose listened. He followed their recipes. Hot meals of rice and pureed beans prepared just right. The smiles of the faces, the smell of rice and beans, the spirit of the people, the taste of pride stayed with Jose when he returned to the United States. Jose still wanted to do more. He shared his dream to give it life. It was a big idea, but to Jose and his family, it was full of possibilities. Like his recipes, it was an opportunity for transformation. No one should ever go hungry. I want to help feed the world. He gave his dream a name: World Central Kitchen. When Jose first saw the American flag, he also thought of possibilities. The stars reminded him of the feeling he had when he looked up at the night sky. Dream as big as you want, they seemed to say. And so Jose decided to add his dream to the stars. No sería solo un sueño. It wouldn't be just a dream for long. It wasn't just a hurricane. Hurricane Maria struck the island of Puerto Rico with a forceful blow beyond Jose's imagination. When Jose saw it with his own eyes, his heart broke at the sight. Homes destroyed, roads flooded, no electricity. The country was in the dark, and people were hungry. Who is in charge of feeding the people? Jose asked. But Jose couldn't wait for an answer. There was only one thing to do. Let's get cooking. A cocinar. The hurricane had not taken everything. Jose had all that he needed to start cooking. He had a friend, he had a kitchen, and there were ingredients. The perfect ingredients for a Puerto Rican sancocho stew. The hot bowls of food spoke to those who had lost so much. Jose could almost hear them talking. We haven't forgotten about you. We care about you. Jose looked at his map. There was an entire island to feed, but Jose didn't see a problem. He saw an opportunity. Kitchens and empty restaurants, kitchens and empty schools, cooks, farmers, drivers, pilots. We need you. We need you. But Jose wanted to do even more. No era solo una cocina. It wasn't just a kitchen. A stadium was now the biggest kitchen in the world. There were paella pans the size of the moon, and lines of cooks as far as you could see, making sandwiches of ham and cheese. Don't forget the mayo, lots of it. It has to be good. 3 months of cooking, 26 working kitchens, about 4 million meals served. But to Jose, it wasn't just a number, it was so much more. Everyone deserves a hot plate of food. No es solo un plato. It was a plate of hope. Wherever people were hungry, Jose wanted to be there, helping through earthquakes, hurricanes, wildfires, floods, through a pandemic, when the whole world got sick. Even through the darkness of war, Jose's determination persisted. Jose was filled with hope, and he was not the only one. No es solo un plato de arroz. A paella is so much more than just rice, especially if your name is Jose Andres and you are making the fire and gathering the wood to cook the paella just right, to feed the few and the many. All are welcome. And this is the author's note. And then this is a picture of Jose Andres. And then selected bibliography in the back. So remember when I said the question that I asked? The question was, or what does this sentence mean to you? Everyone deserves a hot meal. So in your own words or thoughts, think about that and discuss it with your partner. And after we talk about that, I want to talk about something that kind of hit me. Jose looked at his map. There was an entire island to feed. That seems like that's an impossible task, right? But Jose didn't think about it as something impossible. He thought, but Jose didn't see a problem. He saw an opportunity. And so he turned something like devastation, hunger, anything what else hit? The hurricanes, world hunger, the pandemic. He turned those tragedies into an opportunity for him to feed the few and the many. Okay. And he did that through World Central Kitchen. Okay. He helped create this organization or this foundation, or he helped get it started. And so he's definitely a pioneer for this organization, World Central Kitchen. And this all started, he had a passion to cook and make food, right? And he turned that passion and his skills and his knowledge and his love for helping people and a passion for food and learning and making it better. And that passion turned into, he shared it with the world, and he's making the world better. That he's making the world a better place. What started as a dream, a little boy's dream, ended up being something that changed the world, made the world a better place, and is helping people through World Central Kitchen. And he takes things, he doesn't see things as a problem. He takes them as an opportunity. And that is such a good outlook on any kind of obstacle in life, barrier, mountain to climb. He takes that problem as an opportunity and he goes after that. His goal, he sets a goal and he goes after it. And he made that dream a reality, and it ended up helping and sharing with the world and helping the world and making it a better place. So that is just a quick overview about our next Bluebonnet book that we're talking about, and it is A Plate of Hope. I hope you guys enjoyed.